Hello, hi. I know I haven't done a YouTube video for a while, but I just wanted to come in whenever I get the chance, just to share a little bit of what I am doing, different changes that I make. I had started doing my little office area, I'm quoting, like an office, but kind of like a desk, an office desk slash art. But if you can see, I got this wooden table and it was closed, and I just opened it all the way. I realized that I think I just need to spread out. So some people like things put away and organized, and so they can have it, pull it out as they need it. I have discovered that that is not really what I like when it comes to my art office. But I'm more inclined to do art. So I did do my space where for most people it will feel like it's just very busy. But I like to see my things that are here, my little birthday cakes. I've shared that before. I have these little disco balls in a little vintage teacup. I think they inspire me when I see things like this, when I see my journals. I love these so much. These are my journals that were handmade for me by a friend. The wrapping paper came from the Netherlands, and the paper, the outside, and she just kind of laminated it. And I use these and they have art paper in them. These are so special to me. I love them so much, but seeing them really helps me visualize and gives me ideas on creating art. I kind of wanted my desk area to feel like, I said this in my Instagram post, like an Alice in Wonderland tea party slash art party. You can see some of my journals over there. I'm still organizing through some stuff. I have just some paper that, scrap paper, pretty little bits of paper that I'm working through and using. I have some more leather journals back here. And I love this little cart. It just has it's a little gold cart I got from Hobby Lobby. It has my little labels when I package up little items. I haven't opened my shop yet. And I just have my art journals laid out. This one is an art journal that, it was like an old photo book, a vintage photo book. And I'm just using it for, this one's one of my favorite kind of art journals that I'm doing, because I can just really be creative and use up little scrap bits that I have, and write down some little thoughts that really are impactful. I find also as well, when I am able to take a quote or a lyric from a worship song or something that someone says that just really touches my heart, I find that writing it out with some pretty bits helps it kind of stick in my mind a little better. And plus it's just fun to use all your little pretty pieces. I kind of made it a goal this year that I would use all of my pretty bits instead of hoarding them. And that's kind of what I like doing with these little journals, using this was an art scrap paper that I didn't want to throw away. So I just did some art on it and put it inside of here. This is one of my happy fun journals that I don't have to overthink. And it's a small amount of space that it's not overwhelming or it doesn't feel intimidating. And so I'm really loving using these little pieces, trying out. Also, it's great to experiment with different mediums, pens, colors, and things like that. I still have a couple to fill out, but it's really a cool little book. I love the size of it. If you've followed me for a while, you know that I love using things that are kind of unexpected, mixing things that you wouldn't expect to store your items in. For example, just unusual pieces. I found this in a vintage store or market day, and I just use it for my art supplies. I'm not so sure what this is. I think it was for beer. But I found the cup. I love the floral pattern. And so just finding cool things like that to use to store my items in. It's really, really fun. This was a German dictionary that I found kind of just thrown in a bookstore. And of course, I've just begun to fill it up with all of my goodies. So if I have a bunch of little papered pieces, which I'm also going to be clipping some papered goods that I have, I like to have them laid out so that I can use them. And if I have them in a cool little jar or something that's unique, I will most likely use them as well. But I also like using pieces, even this. I had, this was the backing of a sticker package that I had, and we went to the lake, and I forgot my art journal, so I just pulled this little piece out and just did a little bit of art. I had a little pack that I put all of my art scraps in, and I just pulled it out and said, okay, no journal, I'm gonna do some little inserts like that. So just being creative and again, using things that you just would not expect. That's part of art. That's part of being creative. I also went to a Market Days and found this adorable little, I love this art piece on it, but it was like a mirror, like a compact mirror, but I just taped some beautiful little sampler art pieces that a friend gave to me. So this is great to carry around. It comes with this little clear paper that I need to keep separated so the paints don't stick. But I also love, I made this myself. This was a big leather chunk that we had left over from our leather goods. I covered it. You can see there's a little bit of a sheen to her. I put a lot of sparkly glitters. I love glitter. I'm not afraid of it. I love it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, so to speak. But I painted it with some acrylics, covered it with some like clear prep. And so it just to protect it, make the paint be more vibrant. And so in here, this is just a huge leather cover. I'm just doing all the fun art that I want to do. I love also as well having more space to work with. I love little art books, large art books. I love different shaped art books. This clip off. Because I just love it. It's very, we all know that art calms us. Those of you who love doing art journals, it's a wonderful thing for me right now to spend some time. I've been I did that other label while I was by the lake, and then I had this other one as well, and I just kind of worked on her. So if you don't have paper, find something really cool. I also use, when I go to the lake, I collect seashells. You can see this one's really well used. I just love putting a little splash of water in there and using that for as part of my art supply. So I use it to paint. So I'm not kind of lugging a big item around when I go somewhere, but I use it on my desk as well. But this is just my big fun art. I just put some stretchy band in it. I didn't punch any holes. I just wrapped it. The leather's so thick. It's kind of challenging to punch holes. And I'm not the leather maker of the family. My husband is, but this girl has some really pretty glitter on her, which is just makeup, eye makeup that I use. It's got stuck together. But I just love being able to have a space that I can spread out in. So spreading out I'm finding it's going to work for me, where I can lay everything out, see it, and just kind of go in. And I was covering my wooden table with paper so that it wouldn't get paint on it. But I am now on a mission to paint away my heart, even if I have to remove things, and I want this table to be covered in paint. I want it to be covered in the remnants of all of my creative worship. Usually when I'm creating and doing art or making like a little journal, compiling it together, I will sit down and put worship on or a sermon, and it just really helps me focus and hear what's being said, as well releasing some of the art juices that I have flowing through. Oh, sorry. I also have this. This was a vintage purse, little vintage handbag. I think it was Italian, but it was kind of falling apart. So I took off I removed the clip and just made myself a little, I love material mixed with art. Those of you that are art journals friends, you understand mixing all the elements, the layers, the papers, and doing some art in here with that, kind of like my own junk journal. I also got a package from Amazon, and I cut the package and just made a cover for journaling. So again, just doing all of my creative pieces in different ways and this is all art paper. So I just can't wait to dive into that. But spreading everything out really does help me with my creativity and with seeing everything. It just helps me use what I have. I also have so many supplies that if I take them away, I forget that I have them. If you have the same love and joy for art, you'll completely understand. If not, I hope maybe I just gave you a couple of ideas or some little bit of inspiration to create in your own little space. So thank you guys for always joining in with me. I hope that you felt a little blessing come your way. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and hopefully I can pop in soon again. Bye-bye.